My name is Melanie Eusebe, and I am the chair and co-founder of the Black British Business Awards. The awards started because we wanted to make sure that we were an antidote for some of the media portrayal, the stereotypes that we were seeing in popular media here in the UK. We weren't seeing the wideness, the breadth and the depth of what we knew Black to be. So we started the awards to celebrate all industries, everyone in the UK, from financial services all the way through to arts and media. But importantly, it was about the economic empowerment. It was about valuing the contribution of Black people to the UK economy. So in the first year, we gathered up all of our friends. We worked with companies that we had worked with before, and it started off small but powerful. And now this year, going into our third year, we have 25 sponsors, and we're looking at a 500-person ceremony at the beginning, kicking off Black History Month. For me, the Black British Business Awards, there were two really important things. Number one, it's about the power of collaboration and community. All of our community have come together and contributed to make this ceremony what it is. But then number two, it's also an acknowledgement of things need to change. And it was all of us saying that things need to change. It was saying that we are more than what you see on screen. We cannot be judged by one person. We cannot be judged by the color of our skin. We cannot be judged by fiction. We need to be judged by fact. So in the next few years, what we're doing with the Black British Business Awards, we are launching research programs. We're actually going into organizations and helping them change their diversity and inclusion policies. As well, we're all launching mentorship programs as well, because we're revealing over 50 to 60 amazing role models every year. And so we're facilitating them giving back to their community. I started my career in the branch, working as a teller and then working at telephone banking. And then kind of progressed through the bank, and then all of a sudden, I'm a consultant and I'm working for a Big Four consultancy. I'm flying around the world and helping businesses grow and improve. And while, on my career journey, I encounter some difficulties, whether it be because of my race or my gender. And so part of my life has always been about advocacy for those who couldn't necessarily speak for themselves, because I have a huge voice. And part of that, it was in the creation of the Black British Business Awards. So Sophie and I and our co-founders, we came together to create a program that was entirely positive, to ensure that the media representation of Black people was as wide as our actual population, and to show excellence across all of the industries of the UK. On the other side, I am still a businesswoman at heart, so I still do have clients. And in terms of that sharing knowledge and sharing information, I also broadcast. I'm a business broadcaster. So when there are big business issues, then I love to be able to break that down on television for people to so that it's simple, that economic policy is simple, and how does it apply to you? And part of that is also being a professor as well. So I'm a professor of business. After I left consultancy, then I became a professor of business and started teaching the MBA students leadership and management and strategic execution. One of the biggest challenges that I faced in my career was how to manage my own time. When I moved from being a full-time employee to an entrepreneur, starting up a new endeavor, I don't think I realized the value of my time and the fact that I was investing my time. Every moment that I spent on this planet, whatever I was doing, I was making a choice to spend it that way. And so I think for those coming after me, I would always say, know how much time you have and make sure that you're investing it in the things that will grow, and kind of put you in the path of where you want to go. But that was probably one of my biggest challenges, to say, Melanie, no one else is responsible for your time but you, and the choices that you make are an investment. If I had one particular saying that I live by now, I would say that if it's not hell yes, it's hell no. That's my saying. So, I'm learning to trust my gut a little bit more. And if I look in the mirror and I see and I'm wearing an outfit and I look at myself and I say, hell yes, then, my day just starts off in a great foot. However, if I'm, kind of cautious about it, if I'm trying to thinking about it, then, I think I'm at the point now in my career that I can say I can pass it because I want my life to be full of hell yeses. I don't want there to be any hell no's in my life. The advice I have for people coming after me in terms of starting their own business, number one, you have to be an apprentice and you have to learn. So whether you learn at school or whether you learn on the job, everyone needs to go through an apprenticeship period. All great leaders were first servants. And then number two, I would also say, do what you can while you're getting income. So in the 9 to 5, or while you have a 9 to 5, start your business in the 5 to 9. You're gonna have to hustle. Don't necessarily think that it's about quitting your job and then going off into the deep. There are so many things that you can do to start your business in a 5 to 9 environment, particularly for Black people, because we don't necessarily have the same kind of startup atmosphere, angel investors, the same kind of, we don't have that same kind of trust that's instilled in us. And so we are usually responsible for self-funding. And that means that a lot of our things will have to be started on the side while we are working, while we are learning, while we are serving somewhere else. So that's my advice for people. Really try to do what you can while you're working your 9 to 5, learn what you can while you're working your 9 to 5, and start your business in the 5 to 9.